Hi, and welcome back to Eddie's Bad Time Story featuring The Next. This is day 32. As you may have noticed, I got my hair cut because after a while it just got to be out of control, growing and growing. Kind of like Charles. He just keeps growing. Speaking of which, this is a Kate chapter. Let's see what she has to say. Don't do that, Charles. Shh. And don't shh me. Take your hand away. Charles, that's my body, and I don't want it touched right now. He put his cheek right on mine. Yes, you do, he whispered seductively. Charles, yes, you do. I pushed his hand away angrily, and he rolled away from me. Okay. If that's the way you want to be, but you're missing out on a good thing. I'm terrific in bed, remember? Sadly enough for me, I did. Hours later, the nightmare struck, the worst ever. I tried to soothe it out of him, but when the spasms increased, when he seemed to be jolted by them from one side of the bed to the other, I screamed for Molly. She had no better luck than I did. Indeed, it took both of us holding him as hard as we could to keep him from falling off the bed. And then a horrific scream, and he was awake, wide awake, staring at the both of us. What's going on? He asked. You had another nightmare, Molly answered, wiping the perspiration from her upper lip. Jesus H. Christ, did you ever? What did you two do? He said. Working shifts around the clock? At first, I didn't understand what he meant. The sarcasm of it evaded me. If I can't get any privacy in this room, he continued, looking at me, maybe I'd better sleep somewhere else. The suddenness of his attack on us, the sheer lunacy of it, prevented either Molly or me from reacting. Charles got up and reached for his robe. First, one of you is at me all night to tell her something. Then you join in to spy on me while I'm asleep. What in God's name are you saying, Molly said, waking to the attack. I'm saying I don't like being watched like I'm some kind of freak. Are you crazy? She started to shout. Are you out of your mind? If I am, he snapped back, it's the company I'd keep. And he left the room. Molly looked at me, stunned. What the hell? And she bolted for the door. Wait a minute, you. Wait a goddamn minute. Molly, don't. But it was too late. She was already shouting him at the hallway. You think I like getting up in the middle of the night and wrestling with you? Sure, I think you love it. I think it makes you feel like a sacrificing mother, that's what I think. A real martyr. Are you crazy? I got out of bed shivering, afraid to get between them, but knowing I must. If I am, you're the one who did it to me, my own loving mother. I saw Molly first, outraged, stunned. And then Charles, enjoying every moment of it. You bastard. Molly, please. You ungrateful little bastard. Ungrateful for what? Charles, don't. Keep out of it, he said. Charles, I pleaded. We love you. And he laughed. Love? What the hell would you two know about love? Just look at the two of you, sisters in your self-indulgent misery. Don't you think anybody else here has ever suffered? Don't you think anybody else has any complaints except you two self-pitying bitches? You go to hell. Molly started for her room. I'm already there, he answered. It was madness. Madness! Charles, she's your mother. She's not my mother. And he raced down the stairs to the front door. Just because she gave birth to me doesn't make her my mother. You have to earn that. And then the two doors slammed shut, one after the other, leaving me standing there, shaken, not knowing what to do, to whom to go. When I heard the car start up outside, I went to Molly. We wept together. And that'll do it for tonight. This has been The Next, day 32. We'll be back for just a wee bit more next time. See you then.